You know, when things totally fall apart, it gives you the opportunity to rebuild. And that's where we're at now. Things have totally fallen apart, and we should be happy that they're falling apart. We should all be happy that we're here now at this time, because this is the greatest revolution in human history, and you're part of it. We're here together. So how do we move into this? Before I get into that, I'd like to talk just a little bit more about how we got there. You know, exactly specifically how we got there. And I think I'm in a unique position to do that because I was one of the henchmen that helped us get to where we are. Economic hitman. My official title was chief economist at a major consulting firm out of Boston. I had about 50 employees. I had the status. But what I really was a con man. What I really was an economic hitman. And the people who worked for me were not. They didn't know what I was doing out there. What I was doing, what economic hitmen do, we're the ones who created this corporate empire. And how do we do this? We work many different ways. But perhaps the most common is that we will identify a country that has resources our corporations covet, like oil, and then arrange a huge loan to that country from the World Bank or one of its sisters. But the money never actually goes to the country. Instead, it goes to our own corporations to build big infrastructure projects in that country, like power plants and industrial parks that help a few wealthy people at the top of the pyramid, but as well as our own corporations, which are the main beneficiaries. But don't help the majority of the people who are too poor to buy electricity, can't get jobs in industrial parks because they don't hire many people. And yet they're left holding this huge debt that they can't possibly repay. And now it's come home to roost for all of us. The same model has come back around to us. But what I did in my job back in the 70s, well, I'd go back to the country at some point and say, hey, you know, you can't pay your debts, so give us a pound of flesh. The way that this would work, and as I said, I didn't do anything illegal, but basically I'd walk into a president's office or Minister of Finance or Minister of Planning or maybe all of them. I'd walk into their office and I'd say, hey, Mr. President, you know, we want to build a big hydroelectric project and transmission lines and distribution systems, and in this pocket here, I've got a couple of $100 million for you and your family and your cronies if you buy into this deal. It wasn't a bribe. So I got a couple of $100 million over here for you and your buddies if you buy into the deal. And if you don't, in this pocket over here, I got a gun. I didn't have a gun, but the jackals were right behind me. I don't know who they were. I didn't know them personally, but I knew they were there. And you know, the United States has admitted to this. We've admitted to taking out Arbenz of Guatemala, Mossadegh of Iran, Allende of Chile, Lumumba of the Congo, Diem of Vietnam. It's on the record. It's not a secret. This is the way we've done it. But we have not done it for the country. This is not a national empire. This is not an American empire. America hasn't gained from this. We did it for the big corporations. They were the ones who gained from this. And they've taken over. And so, during most of my lifetime, I think we could look at the world as this globe with roughly 200 countries, of which a few had a lot of power. At different times, the United Kingdom, the Soviet Union, the United States. But today, we might better look at this globe, still roughly 200 countries, big clouds drifting around it. These are the huge corporations. They're calling the shots. They don't know any they don't know borders. They don't follow any specific sets of laws. I mean, they can change them. If they don't like the laws in this country, they do it through one of their corporations in another country. They form partnerships with the Chinese and the Taiwanese and the Tibetans. They form partnerships with the Pakistanis and the Indians, with the Palestinians and the Israelis. They don't care. With the Iranians and the Iraqis. They don't care. They're calling the shots. So, I said I'm here to deliver the good news. Have you heard it so far? No. What's the good news? You have heard it. The good news is that the corporations are calling the shots. We've got the bullies out there. They're a very, very small part of our population. The robber barons. They've stolen your economy from you. And it's time to stand up to them and take it back. Are you ready to take back your economy, your life, your country? Yeah. All right. And you've each got to use your own talents and follow your passions. And so I'd ask you as you leave here tonight to really look to that. What are your passions? Because that's the only thing that's ultimately going to work. Where your talents lie, and what are you willing to do every single day? Send an email. It can be a small thing. I mean, maybe you want to go out and do the big thing, but do something. And remember, you've got incredible power. During World War II in the United States, corporations contributed more than 55% of our tax base. This last year, it was less than 7%. 30 of the most profitable companies in the United States, including Verizon and General Electric, paid no taxes whatsoever. General Electric took a $1.6 billion rebate. They got a $1.6 billion rebate. That's ridiculous. And, of course, speaking of General Electric, when the great Jack Welch took over General Electric, he laid off a quarter of his employees and took a huge raise in salary and a big bonus. Now I ask you, is that guy a hero? He's a robber baron. And our world's been stolen by robber barons.
Şimdi çok değişik bir soru soracağım izledikten sonra. Başbakan Erdoğan bu bir ikinci İstiklal Savaşı mücadelesidir diyor. Evet. Ülkemizi almalıyız diyor. Dünyayı baronlar yönetiyor. Hırsız olan baronlar yönetiyor. Ve diyor ülkemizi geri almaya hazır mısınız diye soruyor. İnsanlar evet diye bağırıyor. Aslında biz şu anda ülkemizi geri almaya çalışıyoruz değil mi?
Ve geziye bu yüzden çıkmamız lazım Bekir. Evet. Eğer geziye çıkılacaksa İzmir'de Gündoğdu'ya inilecekse evet. Ankara'da Tandoğan şu bu neresi şehirdeki meydanlar bu yüzden çıkmamız lazım. Biz bu insanları görmüyoruz diye yok değiller. Azlar dünyada 400 burada 1-1,5 kişi. Bunlar her şeyin sahibi, her şeyin kontrolörü. Bu. Kanunları yapıyorlar. Koalisyonları kuruyorlar. Liderleri deviriyorlar. Reis-i Cumhur seçiyorlar.
Sadece bir medya baronunun 200 tane dünya çapında gazetesi, 70 tane televizyon istasyonu olursa bu yüzden var. Bir medya baronu, evet. 10 medya baronu ne yapar?
Tabii.
Yerle bir eder abi ülkeleri.
Aynen.
Şu anda en az 10 tane medya baronu var şu anda. Evet. Her yerdeler.
Ve bunların kılık kıyafetleri, görünüşleri
yazıyor,
farklı
biz
olabilir.
Oynuyoruz. Aynen. Onlar yazıyorlar. Aynen. Yıkın, devirin, faizleri artırın. Ne oluyor? İndirin aşağıya. Yani yazıyorlar. Biz de oynuyoruz abi. Onlar çalıyor, biz oynuyoruz.
Baştan beri ne diyoruz? Parti, kimliği, ideoloji, sağ, sol, orta, yan. Hiç önemi yok bunların. Eğer biz bunlarda takılıp kalmaya devam edersek bu adamlar buraya soymayı, çocuklarımızın geleceğini çalmaya devam edecekler.
Bak şimdi.